Hi everyone, welcome to the class. Today we are going to start our fourth chapter in AAT ISD, and it is the ethical, social and legal environment for information system. What is ethical, social and legal environment? We will see it in the lessons. Okay, so the subheadings of this lesson are, the lesson is ethical, social and legal environment for information system. So we will learn the social networks and social media, services available for personal use and their features, services available for professional use and their features, the positive impacts of social media and networks in individuals, society and business, negative impacts of social media and networks in individuals, society and business. What is green computing, e-waste and its impact on environment, best practices to reduce impact on environment, information security and privacy, basic understanding of legal regulations in Sri Lanka related to IT and ITIS, cyber security, data protection. So these are the things we are going to learn in this chapter. Really interesting chapter, right? Now let's go to the first one. Ethical, social and legal environment for information system. So social networks and social media. Here we are going to learn about social networks and social media. Okay. So what is social network and what is social media? Social media is any digital tool that allows users to quickly create and share content with the public. Social media encompasses a wide range of websites and apps. Some, like Twitter, specialize in sharing links and short written messages. So here they are in social media. What they are doing, they create contents to share among the or with the public. Okay, they share contents, they create content. There are contents, no, so they create contents and then they share it among the public. Okay, to give a news, to give something to the public. So it is a wide range of websites and apps are there for social media. So it is, for an example, they are telling the Twitter. In Twitter, is specialized in sharing links and short written messages. They share links, they share short written messages and all these things. What is social network? Social networking is the use of internet-based social media sites. There are social media sites. We use them to stay connected with friends, family, colleagues, customers or clients. Now understood? We use this social network to stay connected with people. Social networking can have a social purpose, a business purpose or both, through sites such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram, among others. Social network has become a significant base for marketers seeking to engage customers. Now you know this social network they are using to do business as much, right? Like Instagram they are using to do business, Facebook they are using to do business, Twitter also they used to do business, LinkedIn also they used to do business. So most of the social network nowadays, okay guys, more than having or more than staying connected with the family, friends and colleagues, they are creating accounts to be connected with the customers and the client to enhance their businesses. Now let's go to the positive impacts of social media and networks in individuals, society and business. Attract customers, get customer feedback and build customer loyalty. So here it attracts the customer. If you are doing the business, it attracts the customer. Okay. Also, if you are doing individual things using this social media and social network, it attracts the customers, get customer feedback and build customer loyalty. Okay, increase your market reach, including international market. So your market reaches to a high level stage, okay, including international markets also. Do market research and reduce marketing costs. You can do market research and reduce the marketing cost. Increase revenue by building customer networks and advertising. It increases the revenue by building the customer network. You can build a good customer network and advertising too here. Develop your brand. You can develop your brand. So it happens here professionally, you develop your brand among the society and the individuals. Exchange idea to improve the way you do the business. You can exchange your idea with others. How you improve to do your business. Recruit skilled staff, for example, through job networking sites like LinkedIn. You are using LinkedIn now. So individually, every person, mostly every person uses this LinkedIn site. Why? To recruit skilled staff, to put their skills. Now for an example, my skills, I am a software engineer. I build softwares. I put all my biodata. Like a job, I can do jobs. Okay, so these networks, the LinkedIn networks, are job networking sites. Okay, these sites are used to do the job networking. Okay, so it helps the individual. It is positive for the individual, also for the society and the businesses. So anyone who wants a employee, they can hire us and they can take whatever the work done by us. Increase traffic to your website and improve its search engines. People will search a lot in coming to your website. So it increase the traffic to your website. There will be a good traffic. Increase the traffic. Also improve its search engines. Keep an eye on your competitors. And also you can keep an eye with your competitors. You can see what is he doing, how he promote here his business. So what can I do to promote my business, to improve my business? See, so these are positive impacts of social media and networks in individuals, society and businesses. What are the negative impacts then? As I told you, there are two sides. There are positive impacts as well as there are negative impacts. So what are the negative impacts of social media? Cyberbullying, hacking, they rob things, theft is there, addiction, you get addicted, loss of reputation. So you can be careful from these things. There are some of the negativities only and a lot of positivities. Why you think about the negativities? You be careful from the negativities. Cyberbullying, you should be careful how to use the network or the social media. Hacking, okay, you should put the security not to be hacked. Addiction, you should know how long you must use this social media and social network. Okay, loss of reputation also, you should know how to be when using this social media and social network. What is green computing? Right? Okay. Green computing is the environmentally responsible and eco-friendly use of computers and their resources. Green computer, we can understand by its name, right? Green computing mean the environmentally responsible and eco-friendly use of computers and their resources. In broader terms, it is also defined as the study of designing, manufacturing or engineering, using and disposing of computing devices in a way that reduces their environmental impact. Now you know these computer devices, okay, can be monitor, keyboard, mouse, laptop, RAM, ROM, motherboard, hard disk, whatever. These are computing devices. When you use these computing devices, you should use it with environmental or with eco-friendly. You can use these things with eco-friendly. Eco-friendly means you shouldn't just throw it like that to the environment. Okay, then the environment will be polluted from these computing devices. These are plastics now, and there are some other things also. So when you throw it, or for an example, if you burnt it with the fire, or if you burnt it, there are some chemical reactions happen. It goes to the air, the people breathe it, then they will be ill. They will get sick from these chemical reactions. How to use these computer devices with eco-friendly? This is the lesson we are going to learn here. Okay, so eco-friendly use of computers and their resources. It is about designing. Okay, it is about it is also defined as the study of designing, manufacturing or engineering these computer devices. When you are making these computer devices, it should be eco-friendly. When they manufacture these computer devices, they should be eco-friendly. You know, now every company which manufactures these computing devices, day by day it's getting different, right? It develops. So they make it eco-friendly. Avanga eco-friendly ya seiranga. Design பண்றாங்க, they manufacture it, they engineer it. Also, the users, not only the manufacturers, the users, when they use computing devices, they should know the ways how to reduce the impact. Okay, how to reduce the environmental impact. Understood? Right. Advantages of green computing. So what are the advantages of green computing? Why should we do this green computing? Green computing technique reduces the energy consumption, which results into low carbon dioxide emission. As I told you, now when we throw these devices, there will be a lot of toxic chemical reaction happens there. So it is harmful for the human being, isn't it? So green computing technique, when we use this green computing technique, it reduces the energy consumption, which results into low carbon dioxide emission. Second one, by using green computing techniques, we can also save money that was spent in extra usage for energy and resources. Green computing, when we are using the technique, we can save money. How to save money with using the green computing technique? For an example, when your computer breaks down, first time it breaks down, if you throw that computer and buy another computer, then there will be a problem. It is a wastage, no? You throw that. So it is harmful for the environment and the people. But, and also you can't save money, no, you are buying another new device. But when your computer gets breakdown, okay, when your computer breaks down, what you do, you repair it. So you can save money. Okay, so we can also save money that was spent in extra usage of energy and resources. Green computing also applies changing government policy to encourage recycling. Because of this green computing technique, it encourages the government policy to recycling. It applies the government policy to encourage the recycle. Recycle means, if you know, there are some, in Sri Lanka also it is there, okay? There are some organizations, okay? There are some organizations who collects these computing devices, electronic devices, they collect them, they recycle them. So it encourages the recycling. When they recycle it, what they do, they smash them and they make another product with these things, okay? Or else they repair it and they sell it. Now understood? So it encourages the recycling, the green computing. Sri Lanka, yes, they have. Green computing also removes the risk which is existing in the laptop, such as chemical known to cause cancer or nerve damage, etc. As I told you, there are toxic chemicals in these computing devices. So when you are using this green computing technique, it removes the risk which is existing in the laptop, such as chemical known to cause cancer or nerve damages. Don't worry, using the laptops and all these things, it doesn't affect or it doesn't cause cancer and nerve damages. Okay, it is when you throw it to the environment, when you dispose it in the environment, then the chemical reaction happens and cause cancer and nerve damages. Use preserves resources which use less energy to produce, use and dispose of product. When you are disposing all these things, you should know how to dispose the electronic devices, the computing devices in the proper way. Okay. Adoption of green computing. Rapid growth of the internet. Increasing equipment power density. Increasing cooling requirements. Increasing energy cost. Restriction on energy supply and access. Low server utilization rates and growing awareness about impact of IT on the environment. E-waste and its impact on environment. Using the computing devices in a proper way, green computing. What is e-waste? E-waste are the electronic waste. E-waste are the electronic waste. E-waste is any electrical or electronic equipment that is being discarded. That means you used this electronic device, now you can't use it. You are throwing it, you are discarding it. That is an e-waste. You have a phone, you can't use it now. You have an earphone, you can't use it now. You are going to throw that. You have a mouse, you can't use it now. You are going to throw it now. So that is an e-waste. This includes working and broken items that are thrown in the garbage or donated to a charity reseller like. So here you can throw it in the garbage or else you can donate it to a charity reseller. Okay, they repair it and they give it to others. So both, either you can throw it to the garbage or you can donate to a charity reseller like. Often, if the item goes unsold in the store, it will be thrown anyway. Now, if you can't sell this product to anyone, okay, you can donate it, okay. But if you can't donate it anyway, what happens here? You throw it. உங்களுக்கு அதை யூஸ் பண்ணவே இல்ல, டொனேட் பண்ணோமே இல்லன்னு சொன்னா you should throw it no. Anyhow, you are going to throw it. E-waste is particularly dangerous due to toxic chemicals that naturally leach from the metals inside when buried. When you are throwing these e-waste, now you know what is e-waste no? So when you are throwing these electronical equipment, it is dangerous. It is very dangerous, but most of the people never think about the dangers of this e-waste. So it is dangerous due to toxic chemicals. Toxic chemicals mean nachu chemicals. Toxic mean nachu, nanju. So toxic chemicals will be produced when you bury them. Understood? Maybe you are burying them, maybe you burn them, whatever you do, there are some dangerous toxic chemicals produced from this e-waste. Computers and most electronics contain toxic materials such as lead, zinc, nickel, flame retardant, barium and chromium. These are toxic materials. Okay, these are toxic chemicals. This chemicals the pair. Adavadu, which is coming from the computers or the electronic equipment. When you bury them, when you burn them, or toxic material on lead and selli, zinc and selli, nickel and selli. And the madri chemicals the chemicals what happens, it goes to the air or it combines with the environment and it is harmful to the human being and the environment. When e-waste is wrapped up, toxic chemicals are released into the air, damaging the atmosphere, as I told you. When electronic waste is thrown away in landfills, their toxic materials seep into groundwater, affecting both land and sea animals. So, when you burn them, it goes to the air, it damages the air, atmosphere. When you bury them or when you put them in the land, when you fill it in the land, then it goes to the groundwater, the materials seep into groundwater and affects both the land and the sea animals too. So see how much effective is this e-waste. The best practices to reduce impact on environment because of this electronic e-waste or electronic waste, how to reduce the impact on the environment. So end user, you know who are the end user. End users are the users who uses these computers. Okay. Enabling power management features. Now you know because of the power also the environment get polluted. Without our knowledge, because of this power management, okay, because of this power, there will be like what? Environment is getting spoiled, okay, right. Also, using thin client computer. Now you know, before computer devices were very huge and big and thick, right? But nowadays, when they are inventing computer devices, they make sure to make the computer devices thinner. The phones also becoming thinner day by day, isn't it? Laptops also becoming thinner day by day because they are reducing some things in it. Reducing means they are not reducing the equipment inside, but they are reducing the size. So using thin client computers. Also using screen servers. The 3R, we call it as 3R. Reuse it. If you can use that, you can reuse it. Refurbish it. Okay, refurbishing means you can do something with that. And recycle. Here reuse it. How to reuse it? As I told you, repair the computer and reuse it. Or you can reduce it. Okay, without disposing it to the environment, you can reduce it also. Reduce it means you can give it to anyone else. Okay, you can use it for decorating the garden. You can use for any decorations. You can make any new decorations using these computing devices. If you can't do decorations with that, if you can't reuse that, you can recycle. So these three are called as 3Rs. 3R. Data centers. You know data centers now. Data centers, you store data and information in these data centers. We already learned about data centers. Energy conservation. Again here, you should use energy conservation electronic devices. And also, it should be designed as eco-friendly. Eco-friendly design and visualization. Understood? So these are in data centers. Information security and privacy. So what are the information security and privacy? Information security, sometimes abbreviated to InfoSec, is a set of practices intended to keep data secure from unauthorized access or alterations, both when it's being stored and when it's being transmitted from one machine or physical location to another. You might sometimes see it referred to as data security. So what is security and privacy of information? You should keep your data confidential, isn't it? You should keep it safety, because these data are important, no? Isn't it? So unauthorized access mean people who we don't know. There are some people who enters to our computer and get our data and go, right? So these are an unauthorized access or alterations. Alterations mean changing the data in the computer. So to keep data secure from unauthorized access or alterations, both when it's being stored and when it's being transmitted. When it is already stored in your computer, or else when it is transmitted from one machine or physical location to another one, you should keep it safe. You might sometimes see it referred to as data security. So that is what we call as data security. We should secure our data. 3 distinct information security concepts. There are 3 distinct computer security, information security concepts: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means, it is confident. The information are confident. Confidentiality. It is secret. Not everybody should know our data. Right? So, confidentiality. It is like secret, okay? Rahasiyama ikira. Adu nambahattanmeya ikira. We don't share the data, or we don't share the information with everyone, no? Anyone you see in the road, do you share your information and data for them? No. So, confidentiality. Second one, integrity. Strong. The information are strong and being honest. There is a quality like being honest and strong, right? Nermei or naneya. Also the nambahattanme. Okay. Availability. Availability is always it is available. Always it is available. We already learned about these things now, right? So the 3 distinct information security concepts are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. You should know these 3. Common malicious information security threats to IT systems and data includes. Now there are some information technology system threats in the security. Okay? When we are using this information, use பண்ற டைமுக்கு சில security issues வருது. There are some security issues. Security threats are there. Like what? Malware. Malware means the harmful software. Like viruses. Malware and சொல்றது வந்து harmful ஆன softwares க்கு we call it as malware. Okay? This malware, it can be a virus, Trojan horse. There are lot of virus kinds, okay? Lot of malware kinds. So, from the malware, there are some threats to the information. Malicious information security is there. What is spyware? Spyware mean, now all these things happens, guys, when you are connected in a network, okay? So, when you connect in a network, there is a malware called spyware. This is spyware. It comes to the, someone sends it to your computer, okay? Like ottu paakkurathu annadu, right? So when this spyware is sent by somebody to your computer, it comes to your computer, collects the confidential, the integrity, or the available information in your computer and goes secretly without you know. That is spyware. Keystroke loggers. Also a kind of information security threat. backdoor access to IT systems. Backdoor access என்று சொல்றது வந்து எங்களுக்கு தெரியாம unauthorized access. The unauthorized access are the backdoor access to IT system. எனக்கு தெரியாம they come to my computer, they go to the computer and they take the information. Backdoor access. Phishing and targeted scams designed to steal user credentials. You know there are நாங்க இதுக்கு சொல்ற phishing ன்னு சொல்லி, right? Phishing and targeted scams. Now for an example, they send some viruses through email. Okay, when you click the link, nothing is there inside the link, but there is a virus. We don't know. It comes to my computer, it comes and gets all the information and goes. Or maybe it harms my information also. It alternates my information in my computer. International misuse by someone with legitimate access. Legitimate access, illegal access. எனக்கு தெரியாம illegally என் கம்ப்யூட்டருக்கு வந்துட்டு they use my information or they misuse my information. They misuse my information. Denial of service, DOS, attacks intended to make data unavailable. Also, it can change your data in your computer. Now for an example, like encrypting your information. உங்களோட கம்ப்யூட்டருக்கு வந்து கான்ஃபிடென்ஷியலான இன்டெகிரிட்டியான அவைலபிள் ஆகிக்கிற டேட்டாவை வந்து என்னத்தை செய்யறேன்னு சொன்னா encrypt ஆக்கிட்டு போறது. They encrypt your information and go. So these are some of the malicious information security, the common malicious information security threats when you are using the IT system. Privacy. What is privacy? Tell me, will you, what is privacy? Privacy என்று சொல்றது வந்து எந்த இன்ஃபர்மேஷனை நாம் பிரைவேட்டா வெச்சுக்கொள்றது. அத பப்ளிசிட்டி ஆக்குறல்ல. It can be photos, it can be information, it can be information about the enterprise, about the company. There are some privacy. ஒரு லிமிட் ஒன்று இருக்கிற privacy limit ஒன்று. அந்த privacy limit தாண்டி போகப்படாது. So the privacy. Now understood. நான் இதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு இது ஒன்று தந்தில்ல. Because you know what is privacy, right? Right. So I'll wind up the class for now. Until we will meet again at the next class. Thank you for joining the class, everyone, and have a nice day.